it's Dr. C, and today we will be going over how to navigate word problems as well as interpret output. So, this question essentially is going over the probability of voting. And so we see we have a female and then bachelor's plus. And so they did say that bachelor's plus is a bachelor's degree or higher. So I noticed that the other variables are not here, so I'm going to assume that this was a stepwise analysis. That's neither here nor there. So if this is the output, the first thing we would do is essentially follow the actual regression equation. So the first thing you would do based on this chart, if there's other variables, they should be included, but it's vote equals the intercept plus the bachelor's plus female. Okay. So after we do that, essentially you would plug in the values. So the intercept is 0.733. For bachelor's plus is 1.096. Um, and then the female is 0.068. So because you have a dichotomous variable such as female, we're going to assume that it is dummy coded, which means male will be 0 and female will be 1. Bachelor's degree as well, so either they have that bachelor's degree or they do not. So both of those values would turn to 1. Okay, so after we do that, you essentially solve for all of the numbers that are there, and the probability, or not the probability, the value of voting would be 1.897. Okay, we're not done though because it's asking what is the probability. So essentially, we would get the natural logarithmic formula in order to get probability, which is pretty much probability over 1 minus p. Now, we don't necessarily have p, so all you would need to do essentially is uh, turn it into an exponent. So you would do the probability as 1 over 1 plus the exponent of the value that we got. Once we do that, you essentially would get 0.8696 if you round to 4 decimal places. It did tell you to round to 3, so essentially you could round this to 0.870. That's what I would do if we're rounding the 3 decimal places. So 0.870. Since we're rounding to 3, you square your answers for accuracy. And so essentially we kind of recall it back. So the probability that a female with a bachelor's degree would vote would be roughly 87% or 0.870, depending on how they want you to report it. Okay. Hopefully this makes sense and the interpretation makes sense. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out. You can message me on my profile. Okay.